My life, like many of yours, is filled with lots of wonderful things to include working, writing, creating, gardening, exercising, and cooking. Yes, cooking. I'm on a mission to change the way we see, experience, and relate to food. Okay, family, so I am making a salad to take to the park today. Starters, I started off with some spinach that I needed to eat up, so I've already washed and dried that off. I've added some leftover quinoa. I've sliced some red onion to put in there, and I've added some raisins to add a little bit of sweetness. Now, right here, I've already cut up some bell pepper, yellow and green, and I think I'm going to throw in maybe a handful of pecans. I'm going to also add some strawberries to this salad, and maybe some hemp seeds. So yeah, so that's what I have thus far. So anywho, stay tuned. Okay, family, so on to the salad dressing. I have taken a large strawberry, added it to some olive oil and a little bit of mustard. And I've added some, what else did I add in here? A little bit of water. And I added some sea salt, onion powder, a little parsley, and also just a dab of agave, just to kind of take away that, I guess, that twang from the mustard. So I'm going to blend all this together and see what I have. Oh, I also took some lime juice. So I took the juice of a lime and put it in there to give us that citrus element. Family, this is what I ended up with. I've already stuck my finger on this to taste it. This is so good. So here it is, a nice little salad dressing. I did not make a lot since it'll just be me eating this salad. Here's our finished salad, looking all nice. I'll see you guys at the park. Bye. Okay, family, so I have made it out to Freedom Park in Charlotte, North Carolina. And for many of you who know, you have to walk a long way until you get to the area where you can kind of spread out, sit and chill. So I have found the perfect spot. I'm going to make my way over, unpack my bags, get all settled in to have a nice chit chat with you all to learn some tips about transitioning to a healthier lifestyle. It turned out to be such a beautiful day. Of course, I had to bring my food with me. For starters, I have so many things like my watermelon. I have watermelon juice that I made freshly this morning. I have my plantain chips. I have my salad, of course, that I made. And I also have the salad dressing too. So I have ice packs to keep everything cool. Welcome back to my Sankofa table. I am your host, Tia Capers, and on this program, we focus all things health and wellness. Today, I just want to come to you guys and share some tips on transitioning to a healthier lifestyle, not necessarily vegan. I do want to first start off by giving a shout out to all of the moms out there. By the time this program airs, it'll be Mother's Day, and it's also my mom's birthday, so happy birthday, Mom, and shout out to everybody out there who's in some mothering capacity of some sort, right? I'm out here at Freedom Park in Charlotte, North Carolina, enjoying the beautiful spring day. So for starters, for those of you who don't know, I got started on this vegan journey maybe 6 years ago. I have been an alkaline vegan predominantly for all that time. When I started, I just did kind of like a cut and dry. I didn't transition like slowly and start cutting out certain things. Although I did start off by cutting out like pork maybe 30 years prior to becoming vegan. I cut out beef maybe a couple of years prior to becoming vegan. I started substituting along the way, like sugars and, using sea salt, cut out the dyes and the natural flavors and artificial things from my food. And I tried to cut back on processed food. So I guess that was sort of like my preparation, but little did I know I was gonna become vegan. I was convinced, and overnight I just said, hey, no more meat, I'm done. No more dairy, I'm done. The good news for me is that I like to cook. So being in the kitchen regularly helped me out. I was open to exploring new recipes and mixing different foods and so forth together. So it wasn't I guess a hard transition for me. I used to give up meat once a year for like 40 days. But I was willing, I was ready. I had my mind made up. I had done some research, to get some recipes under my belt, because being an alkaline vegan under Dr. Sebi, we know we have that limited list of food on that food guide that we pretty much stick to. I always encourage people to do your research and make a decision you can live with or that you're willing to die for, right? I did write some notes here because I don't want to leave anything out. So for starters, I will say do research, okay? So if you're thinking about transitioning to a different lifestyle, figure out what lifestyle that might be. Is that going to be a vegan lifestyle? Is that going to be plant-based? Is that going to be vegetarian? Is that going to be pescatarian? What is that really going to be? Everything-atarian, if you're going to continue to eat everything still, you might want to just do some research on how you can, along the way, just cut out certain things, cut back certain things, and substitute. So research foods that have different nutritional value. So, if you're short iron or something in one area, research foods that might give you a little bit more iron. Think about what foods may interfere with your current lifestyle, your current health. That might be, if you have heart problems, if you're on blood thinners, if you're on high blood pressure medicine, make sure there are no foods. If you're diabetic, if you have cancer of some sort or some tumor, make sure the foods that you're eating will not interfere with, with whatever medications that you're currently on. Research food etiquette. I know I did a program on food etiquette, so if you didn't watch it, go back and watch that program. You're going to be around people, and you don't want to be that person that nobody wants to see, that person that, oh my God, so-and-so's coming to the cookout and they're going to bring a salad, or they're going to come with all that vegan talk or that health talk. Typically, I only engage people with health and wellness, conversations if they engage me. I try not to be the food police. I try to be very, I guess, nice, if you will. And I would say research the best, I don't want to say diet, but live it for your haplotype. Do research on who you are and what food you should probably gravitate towards eating based on who you are. I would say research certain diseases and their causes, and you will find that a lot of the diseases that, we as a people get have a lot to do with what we're eating. Diabetes, for instance, has a lot to do with the starch and the sugars, or the sugars that turn to starch. So research different diseases to make sure you can try to avoid them if you don't already have them. All right? And always consult with your doctor. All right? Consult with your doctor. I'm not a doctor. I'm just trying to help you to think about the things that we're eating, what we're putting in our mouths, what we're consuming. I did a program on ingredients. So if you haven't seen that one, go back and watch it. These videos are on YouTube, so check them out, be intentional. So the second thing I want to say is set a goal. All right? Your goal is unique to you. It may not look like mine. Mine's vegan, alkaline vegan for the most part, but set a goal for your lifestyle, for who you are and what you're trying to do. Are you trying to lose weight? Or are you just trying to get off of some medications? Are you trying to be around longer? Are you trying to feel good while you're around? Consider what you're wanting to cut out, cut back, and substitute. So if it's sugar, that's your problem. Or if it's certain grains or flours or pastas, that's a problem for you. If it's salt, that's a problem for you. If it's, some of these chemicals that are in processed foods, and you want to find healthier alternatives to make cheese, okay? So you're not hooked on the casein, and you're not hooked on all these other ingredients. If you want healthy snacks and you don't want the sugar, the cane sugar, if you want, something like date sugar, so, and don't try to convince others. This goes along with the etiquette. When you start on this health journey, or healthier journey, keep it to yourself for the most part. Lead by example. Start showing up with healthier options to eat. Be quiet. People will see you. They will see you more so than hear you. If you come around, because misery loves company. So if you come around talking about how bad meat is and all this stuff, people aren't trying to hear that at the cookout. They're not trying to hear it at the wedding. They're certainly not trying to hear it at the funeral, at the repast. They're not trying to hear it. They're not trying to hear it at the church event. They're not trying to hear it at work. They're not trying to hear this. So you're going to have to, start making changes so that people will stop asking you, why did you do a thing, but how did you do it? And then you can be more helpful in that way. I would say with that, be prepared to be isolated. Everybody's not trying to be on this health journey with you. You may be by yourself, and that's okay. You may show up at the cookout or at the party or the event, the baby shower, with all the cakes and the cake pops and the cupcakes and the lollipops and all that stuff. You may show up there and find that you're the only one not engaging. Somebody might think you're weird or strange, or what's wrong with her, why she's not eating, why she's not drinking, why you're at the club and you're not drinking, why you're trying to order just a bottle of water and you're at the club, or you're trying to order a ginger ale or something just kind of light and not too toxic. So people may start not inviting you to certain things, and that's okay. That's okay, because you're governing your health and wellness. You're in charge of your health and wellness. Nobody else is, okay? So be prepared. You might get shunned. You might even lose some relationships. Be prepared for it. There are a lot of support groups out there. Try to surround yourself with like-minded people who are on this journey with you, and you can share tips with each other. You can help each other along the way, all right? Another thing, don't feel like you have to do everything all at once. All right, so today this week you might be focusing on swapping out your sugar, okay? Next you might be focusing on, finding a different pasta or a different rice or a different bread or a different mayonnaise option. I would say utilize the online tools, like there are different apps out there. Now y'all know I'm working on the cookbook, but until that cookbook gets ready, there are other resources out there. So check those out and figure out ways that you can be successful along this journey. All right. Think about your organs. Okay. Think about your organs. Think about your heart. Be intentional about my heart health, my kidney health. Am I drinking enough water? I need to get that in. I really need to be more intentional about drinking my water. Drink your water, guys. If you like today, I have limes in mine. They're in there somewhere. I have limes. I have a piece of mint. There it is. I have limes. You can infuse your water with anything. Okay, sometimes I put cloves in my water. All right, so get the water together so our kidneys can be healthier, right? Think about your liver, all right? Think about your skin. Think about what you're putting on your body. Try to be as natural as possible, right? Because we always forget that our skin is our largest organ, all right? So the next thing I want to share is plan your meals, plan your grocery shopping. So make a list ahead of time. Make a grocery list. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for this lentil pasta. All right, so I might have to figure out where I'm going to find this lentil pasta. Maybe my local grocery store doesn't carry it. Maybe I have to order it online. Check out your health food stores. Take your time. Don't feel like you got to rush in the store and rush back out. Go by yourself, because if you're with other people, they're going to say, oh, what's taking you so long? Oh, you've been on that aisle forever. It's because you're reading the ingredients. You're trying to be intentional about what you're putting in your body and on your body. So you might want to check out your local farmers markets, right? Don't forget about those. Look up healthy recipes. Go on some of these apps, go to your local bookstores or your libraries. Look up healthy recipes. If the recipe has things in it that you no longer eat, swap it out, right? That's an easy fix. Just swap it out. Think about work. Okay, what do you do for a living? Can you bring your lunch to work? Okay, think about your lifestyle as it relates to, like I said, being invited to parties and outings and events and such. Will they have food there? Can you bring your own food? Are they okay with it? If not, eat before you go. Eat before you go. Take your food with you, okay? Take your food with you. I never leave home without my food, ever, ever, ever. And when I do, I'm always sorry that I've done that. So, for instance, today at the park, you guys know that I have my salad, right, that we made this morning. I made a salad. I had some spinach and I put some strawberries and all kinds of stuff. I made a salad dressing, right? I have some cut up watermelon here. okay? And I have some watermelon juice in addition to my water. I also have some plantain chips. I also have a banana and an apple. So I'm covered. So if I'm actually, it's early in the day. It's probably like a little bit after 2. I haven't eaten yet today. I don't eat until noon. So this would be my first meal of the day. And all this will cover me until I'm back home, till I figure out dinner, right? So think about those things. When I go to work, I do work a day job in corporate America. When I go to work, I carry my lunchbox with me. Actually, my lunchbox is hooked to my book bag. I found that on Amazon. But anyway, I carry my lunchbox. In there, I have my cereal. I have my coconut milk in a stainless steel canister. I have cut up fruit. I have plantain chips to snack on. And most of the time I have lunch. So either it's leftovers that I've put in a container, and I have an electric lunchbox that I just plug in, and it has a little hot plate thingy on the inside, and it warms my lunch up. So by the time I eat breakfast around noon, then close to like 3-ish, 4 o'clock, I might eat lunch. Sometimes I warm it up and just take it home with me and eat it later, because most days I only eat twice a day anyway. And I'll tell you guys, once you stop eating all of the processed things and all the things with artificial flavors and colors and natural this and natural that, and all the chemicals, toxins, and poisons, you'll find that you won't crave food. Okay, I know that sounds weird. My stomach rarely growls because I'm not craving food. My body's not looking for the toxins, the poisons, chemicals. It's not looking for it. I've purged from it. It was a period of time in the beginning that maybe for 2 to 3 weeks I had headaches because my body was craving all the junk that I was used to putting in it. Think about the utensils and the tools you may need now. Like if you're going to be making your own cheese, you might need a food processor. If you're going to be eating more smoothies, you may need a blender of some sort. You may need storage containers like these right here, the bamboo ones I have. I can put anything in there. So you may need containers like this. I have glass ones. I have this glass container that I put my salad dressing in. I have this glass container that I put my watermelon in. I have containers for my drink. Think about, if you're going to need a hot plate when I travel. You guys know, y'all have seen me do the hotel hot plate shenanigans. I have a double burner hot plate as well as a single burner. And I have, I'll bring that when I'm traveling, and I cook up right in my room most of the time. So the next thing I want to share with you guys is prepare your food. Okay, it's easier for me to, when I get my fruits and vegetables, go ahead and wash those off when I first get home, dry them off, put them in containers in the refrigerator or storage containers in the pantry. Whatever you bought, it's good to organize your stuff so that it's readily available and it's easily accessible. You don't want to make a strain for yourself. You don't want to make it hard for yourself, because you're going to be less likely to want to get in the kitchen. So if you get all this stuff prepped, so when you go in there for the strawberries, they're ready. When you go in there for the onions and peppers, they're ready. If you want to, you can go ahead and cut up some of your fruits and vegetables, so that they're really ready. So when you're ready to cook your onions and peppers or your squash and zucchini, it's already chopped up. If you want to go ahead and cut up your butternut squash, do that as well. All right, and you can meal prep ahead of time. So if you have that big old watermelon and you can't eat it all right away, go ahead and cut it up and put it in containers. Okay, so I have my refrigerator stacked with different containers, so when I'm ready to go, I can just grab and go. If you can't eat all the watermelon, for instance, or the cantaloupe or the honeydew melon, put it in a blender, put it in a smoothie, make a juice with it, make a smoothie with it, and like I said before, always pack a lunchbox, right? So pack a lunchbox. Don't matter where you're going, how long you're going to be going for. Put something in there so that you don't have to be subject to having to perhaps stop by some fast food place or some grocery store that may not sell healthy snacks, or some vending machine or something. Don't worry about it. Pack a lunchbox and you're covered. You're already in control of what you have. When you're traveling and you're not, or if you're not planning on cooking in your room like me, search out places that are healthy, restaurants or grocery stores in that area that you're traveling to. So search that out ahead of time so you have some different options, alternatives. And as I've said before, when visiting people or going to events, take your food with you. Ask permission. Hey, I know at the wedding you're serving your food theme is Jamaican food or whatever it is. Ask, do you mind if I bring me my own plate? And if they say yeah, like I've asked before, and shout out to my nephew Sean, who let me bring my food to the wedding years ago, and I'm so grateful for that. And I actually bought enough food to share with maybe 5 or 6 people. So other people were like, hey, where'd you get that from? I didn't see that at the food bar. And they got a chance to sample, some of the food that I bought. The next tip I want to share is clean out your pantry and your refrigerator. So things that you're not going to eat anymore. If you're not going to eat the regular mayonnaise and you're going to opt for the vegan mayonnaise, or you're going to make your own mayonnaise, throw out the mayonnaise that you currently have. Eat it all up if you want to, or just simply throw it out or give it to somebody. Do whatever you will, but get it out of your reach and your touch so that you're not, trying to make excuses for eating it and reverting back to a non-healthier lifestyle. All right, organize your food storage areas for easy access. Okay, so your pantry, your refrigerator, there's so many options out there, containers. Okay, so the next steps that I want to share with you guys is that once you got all that under control, right, all of that ready, once you continue on this path, you'll notice that you're going to make gradual changes. Okay, you're not going to think about everything all at once, but one thing's going to lead to another. Okay, you're going to start really zeroing in on the ingredients. You're going to start looking at what's in my toothpaste, what's in my perfume, what's in my makeup. I use vegan makeups. I use vegan nail polish. I use, different body oils and, deodorants and toothpaste. Shout out Gardener's Garden, because they got you covered over there for all of your health and beauty needs. You're going to start thinking about your cleaning supplies. You're going to start thinking about, am I going to swap out my plastic containers for glass ones? I mean, it's almost no end to this thing. So once you start living and being intentional about a healthier journey for yourself, you're going to find that, it's going to come into play. You're going to think about the bed sheets. I have organic cotton bed sheets. Thump away an ant here. I didn't kill him, but I did move him along out of my way. But you're going to start thinking about the candles you use, the soaps you use, laundry detergents. I mean, it's just no end. Anything that you use, you're going to start being a little bit more intentional about it, as you should, right? And I want to share with you guys, if you fall off, say you're on this path, you're doing good, you swapped out this, you cut out that, you substituted this and that, and just one day you're driving by somewhere and the smell of that fried chicken or that fried fish just makes your knees buckle. It's okay. It's okay. If you revert back, if you fall off the wagon, it's okay. Okay? Don't beat yourself up. Don't go all the way back though, because if you've already stopped, eating pork and beef, don't go back to the pork and beef. Maybe go back to the previous thing that you ate. Maybe it's baked fish. Maybe it's fried fish. Maybe it's, you just got to have one little piece of that fried fish or a piece of that chicken nugget or a chicken tender or something. Do that, enjoy it, and get back on track. Okay? Don't start all back over. Don't quit. Don't give up. Don't listen to the naysayers. See, I told you couldn't do it. People are going to do that. Don't worry about it. Tune them out. Think about your goal. Think about why you started on this journey, and continue on. Okay? It's just that simple. Give yourself a pass. All right? And I do want to talk about some of the myths and the cliches out there. Some people make excuses and they say, oh, I'm not fat, I'm big boned. All the women in my family or all the men in my family are big boned. Family, according to my research, there's no such thing as big boned. Okay? Your bones are the same size. All right? They're a normal size for your body. They're a normal size. Everything around your bone is extra stuff, fat. All right? Plain and simple. Okay? And some people will say, well, I'm going to die anyway, so I'm gonna eat whatever I want to eat. My grandmother, my grandfather, my great-grand somebody lived to be 100 years old. They ate meat all their lives. Yeah, yep. But the meat they were eating back then doesn't have all the hormones and GMO stuff, and it may have even been real meat today. With all the glue and everything that's holding that meat together, I don't even know
if it's real. I don't even know if it's real anymore. I don't know. But I'm just saying, don't listen to that voice because that person is an anomaly. What you're trying to do is make sure that you're going to be around for a very long time. We're all going to die. Every day we wake up, we get closer and closer to that day. When it's going to happen, we don't know. We're just trying to preserve or make sure we have a certain quality of life while we're here, okay? We want to make sure we have that. We want to make sure we can go to the park, like me today. You want to make sure you can be around for your grandchildren. You want to make sure you can be around for your other loved ones or just for yourself. Do it for yourself. Do it for you. If nobody else, do it for yourself, okay? Some people say, I can't live without eating meat. I'm still here, almost, I guess 6+ years in. I'm still here. I didn't die. I'm okay. We're okay out here, all right. I need protein from my meat. Nope, you need protein from green stuff that grows. You need protein from hemp seeds. You need protein from your greens. You need protein from other sources because the protein that you think you're getting from meat is just recycled. The animal is eating the grass and stuff and getting the protein, and you're just getting it secondhand. That's all. It's expensive to be vegan or healthy. Not really. Have y'all seen the price of meat nowadays? I'm just saying, it's not as expensive as you think. Yes, some things do cost more than others, especially if you're getting non-GMO and organic. Like as I've said in a previous program, you're gonna pay one way or the other. You can pay on the healthy end or you can pay on the sick end. Because I guarantee you, if you continue to eat the way some of us eat or some of you eat today, you're gonna pay with your life. You're gonna pay with going back and forth to the doctor. That's gas, that's time. You're going to pay with having to walk with a cane. You're going to pay with going back and forth to the pharmacy and having to buy all kind of medications. So you're going to pay. There's a price to pay, okay? You just have to determine what end of it you're going to pay on. Another myth that you need to eat 3 meals a day. No, you don't. You can eat one. Some people eat 1 meal a day. I can eat whatever I want as long as I exercise. Now, I heard a good friend of mine who's a health and fitness expert, Shabaka Amen. He's in this area, in the Charlotte area. I heard him once say on one of his programs, you cannot exercise your way to good health. And I agree. You can sit here and eat all the things and exercise all day long, but that's still going to have an impact on your heart, your liver, your pancreas, your thyroid, your kidneys, all your organs. Do your exercise for sure. Vegan food tastes bad. That's a myth because there's no such thing as vegan food. Think about how we're thinking about food, okay? Now, but if you go to the store, you don't see vegan food. You'll see the same fruits, vegetables, nuts, and grains you've been eating all your life, right? Minus the meat and dairy. All foods have to be cooked. Nope. A lot of foods that I eat can be eaten raw. So these are just some of the things that I wanted to share. I hope they'll be helpful. Get started somewhere, get started today. What are we waiting for? Okay, you're all you need to get started. We just want to be around and we want to be our healthier selves while we're around. So, encourage you guys to do what you can while you can, okay? Cut back, cut out, and substitute today. So that's been today's program. Thank you guys again, and we will see you at the table. Bye.